Hello folks, the KOTOR here bringing you another nerdy video.
I hear you.
So we are continuing our playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic 2. Okay, let's see here. There's the tree and awareness and repair. And she has now just gotten access to some of the more advanced abilities that as we use her for support, we will, put points into resistance. And she's leveled up a few times. There we go. Okay, we are going to give her now Force Lightning as a build towards an AoE spell. Okay, wow. She leveled up again. Alright, well we're gonna try and get at least her wisdom up to 20 before we invest in any other skills. Okay, what can we give her? Well, she is one-handed. And I don't mean that, so yeah, we'll just keep investing in giving her dueling. So at least now she gets a +3 bonus to attack and defense when she's wielding a single weapon. Okay, and now she has now just gotten access to a more advanced version of heal, so we'll give her that. And I did just see, there we go, Insanity. That is a nice AoE. Now again, it's not usable against drones, so that is something to take and now that we have our gear back, we should actually do this off camera because we're not just wasting time. Alright, let's boost my dexterity. And let's go with targeting visor. Reflex package. Jaishi perception gloves, which funny enough is I did not notice that I actually picked up two pieces of clothing that are actually part of the same faction. I wonder if there's more, because it would be really cool if I eventually end up just collecting the entire set. Okay, here we go, the most upgradable vibro sword. There we go. And then the field survivor pistol. That's my backup. And switching to his ribbed jacket. We'll give him the stealth field enhancer. We'll give him the response package to further boost his dexterity. Then we're going to exchange clothes to boost appearance and security. And then we're going to give him the stealth field jacket, so we can some stealth stuff. Weapons, we're giving him the Size Tech Oriole Blaster. And then, because, oh yeah, I gave a blaster pistol to T3. So, I'm not going to give him a mining laser, so we're just going to hold on to that just for now. As for Credit, she only had... Oh! She can wield! Okay, so she can't. It comes up she could. I was like, why is it that a one-armed character can seemingly wield two-handed weapons? That was going to make no sense. Okay. Let's go with Constitution, and then we'll give her a survey gear to boost her awareness. We'll give her a cardio package to boost her constitution, and then we'll give her a Karakin gauntlets to boost all her saves plus her dexterity, making her slightly harder to hit.
Something I can help you with? To be honest with you, I just don't know. We desperately rely on the fuel to keep Citadel Station running. If we can't find a new fuel source soon, we'll be in bad shape.
Hold a sec, folks. Something's wrong with my OBS, I just noticed. All my other things are missing. Okay, after this video, I'm going to have to...
There's enough fuel in the reserves to keep Citadel Station from falling out of orbit, and for managing the restoration project, but not much more than that. Absolutely. We need to find a new fuel service, sign contracts, make agreements. A soldier like me is not good at that sort of thing. Tell you what, you find fuel contracts for Citadel Station, and I'll be sure to pay you for it. Soldier's honor. I'll be waiting. Something I can... Would you be interested in helping us by bringing in some bounties? This isn't a bounty, so to speak, but we're looking for a man named Batono who's been missing for some time. Also, 2 ruthless killers that we'd managed to capture and hold here in the TSF station escaped. And we're also looking for any information about the imposter Batu Rem. You mean the assassin who tried to kill you, right? The real Batu Rem. I hope Batu's okay, though Yes, we looked into it and found that he arrived via tramp freight. Unfortunately, the cargo and passenger manifest as well as departure look. That's all the If you find anything about the... What is... Batono was the overseer of dock operations for Zerka, and was assisting us in uncovering the elusive black market smuggling operation that appears to be operating at a Citadel station. A few weeks ago, he suddenly disappeared and hasn't been heard from since. Well, that's the problem. Our investigation wasn't exactly government-sanctioned. If it makes you feel better then, fine. Yes, I need you to clean up my mess. If the Council had kept us out of this business with Zerka in the first place, there wouldn't be any problems. But that's not important. The important thing is that Batono's gone missing, and I want to know what happened to him. Maybe there is, but that's not the point. The point is, I want to know what happened to him. Not much, other than what I've already told you, and the fact he was investigating Docking Bay 3. I spoke with some Zerka guards near the docking bay, but they didn't seem like they wanted to cooperate with a TSF officer. Maybe you'll have more luck. Thank you. What is it? They were spotted by security cameras in the docking area, and we quickly moved in to apprehend them. We captured them shortly after you were placed under house arrest. Some sort of electrical malfunction, a side effect of the false Batu Rem's attack, enabled them to escape. They overpowered their guards and escaped into the Citadel. I can't imagine anyone would want the help of killers like them. Perhaps the exchange, but they've never openly crossed us before. There are 2 of them, a Rhodian and a Deveronian. They're well armed and obviously extremely dangerous. They haven't left the station as far as we know. All right, just be careful.
Okay. Down in
Tonos Emeragith, Wanarakorat. Tonos Emeragith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha. Tosimana Rachata. Donos Imaragith. Wanarakolachi Drumta sa incho. In Wamagro. Meira. Machabi Doko. Donaranga Man. Machabi Doko. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Krema Sunkun Ratungala. Chap. Loka Kamaranendos.
Kawanabota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayay
I'm looking for a man named Baton.
takometa kaplaya justing miki gongo beast. Kun grabi laking.
But he oversaw the docks. You can tell me about what you know, or I can hurt you, and then you can tell me.
Jikono tayo yun na palawalit ba siya matong laldo chong na.
Being directed to those things. So overall, I can make that the theme of. Ooh, wait. No, you can't start that quest line until I'm gonna start the Zerka. This video will be more or less focused on our dealing with Zerka. Down this way. The red building. First, easy dark side points. Come talk to this Rhodian.
Sobotjut sama hitom. Dosokan. Di samaranesh.
I guess you're done. He is, strangely enough, a good example of how enemies escape to you in this game. It's like, I want now, folks. Again, like I modified. I have a mod that makes it so that we only need half the amount of XP to level up. So I should be maybe half this level. So I should be like level 6, level 7, maybe 8.
Good day. I am
If I did really good
B4D4,
in progress.
Administrative Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station branch. How may I help you? Of course. She has been expecting you. You will find her through the door and down the hall.
So yeah, like the fact that he was able to still survive after decent sized, decent powered up, force choke.
I knew you'd come eventually. I'm confident that we will be able to reach a working agreement. But where are my manners? On behalf of Zerka Corporation, I would like to be the first to welcome you to Telos. Batono, of course. He was one of our former employees. Let me tell you something. There are far too many like him. Do-gooders who believe that because of the things Zerka must do to remain successful and profitable, we must be evil. They do not see the impracticality of their beliefs. They do not understand the realities of the galaxy. If certain funds must be paid, then Zerka will gladly pay. If competitors removed, then Zerka will do its part to forward progress. Batono could not see this. Before leaving our employ, he stole many of our records, then began to stalk our movements on the station. Harassment, but conveniently overlooked, sanctioned perhaps, by the Telosian authorities. I see. Well, I suspect he's putting his nose into something or another. People like him can't mind their own business, always needing to pry into matters that don't concern them. I do know he spent some time in the company of the Ithorians. I assumed that was the reason for his efforts, that he thought by inventing stories of Zerka's evil, he could put Chodo Habat and his incapable assistants in charge. But if you are searching for him, and find him, there would be a reward for any information of his whereabouts. I would be happy to have him out of Zerka's hair. He's been hard to track down. So yes, a reward would be offered. 200 credits, and the thanks of Zerka Corporation. Excellent. Zerka will be glad to be free. Welcome back. Our primary concern on Citadel Station is the restoration of Telos' surface. The Republic is eager to revitalize Telos as a benchmark for other such efforts in other systems. While a generous amount of credits has been budgeted to Telos, the bumbling of Chodo Habat and his Ithorians has squandered away much of these resources. For a project of this size, judicious planning and thrifty spending of resources is a necessity, something Habat fails to understand. Nonetheless, Zerka remains optimistic. There are many jobs we need assistance with. For someone with your experience, you would be well compensated. Zerka has been managing the restoration project without the assistance of a droid for some time now. Habat has commandeered the new droid intelligence that was to be delivered to the station. I'd like for you to meet the shipment at Dock Module 126, Shuttle Bay 2, and bring the droid back here before the Ithorians foul things up again. Excellent. I will secure Oh, and here. You might need this to get into the hangar.
To the last road you reviews?
Gumasone.
No.
Machido Pachawa Chanamam.
You got his job. Don't let me.
Dakosha Nichoton.
I guess you're dead.
Time to even the odds.
See, this is what I mean. I know I haven't looked my but it's still based on my level as well. So it's 5 plus 1 capital. So that's 18 already. Plus then an additional 5. That is 23. Holy shit. Now, in normal modern DC 23 is it's different. And yet, holy shit. It's crazy that seemingly they're just able to resist it. Okay, excellent. We need to unlock more fast travel tanks. You sensed my arrival.
Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa linda kufta. Turi tuflava, vapuilta, tuflavan nivu gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa linda kufta. Turi tuflava, vapuilta, tuflavan nivu gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa linda kufta. Renkundas, nori sidan gelfa, vapuilta. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa linda kufta. Sidan gelfa vad turi tuflava, vapuilta. Sidan gelfa.
You're not CSD. What are you doing here? What? No, you must be mistaken. You're probably looking for a previous tenant. No, wait, you can't tell Zerka where I am. Fine then. Here's 500 credits. And if Gren really did send you... Don't be too surprised.
Now I could easily check her this out. I feel like fast the droid. Yeah, okay. Timothy W. Get this information too. Excellent. At least now we can fast travel this way.
Sidan Delfa var Inogan Delfa, Linda Krusta. Renundas.
I'm glad you're here. I'm the only man the TSF could spare, and frankly, I got a bad feeling about this.
Excuse me, Master, but it seems we have some additional visitors.
Ambush.
Master, one of the assailants was carrying this.
Okay, before we talk to the droid, we need to steal. Oh. Again, like another RPG is, you're not guaranteed. Most like when you kill someone, you can grab someone like Skyrim. You can grab anything that was visibly being carried by, like, you know, the band or whatever. But this guy, nope. Even though all these people had blasters, seemingly, like, I can only loot one of them. Alright, let's get this droid back to Zuck.
I will trust your judgment, Master. Lead the way. I don't understand. I was just told that I would be taken to the Ithorian compound. I was to be given to an Ithorian, Shodo Habat. How dreadful. In that case, I believe I shall accompany you.
And I love how that conversation is just ignored by the Ithorian and the police officer. That is just
excellent.
Right there.
I see my faith in your abilities was well founded. We'd like to get this droid into service as quickly as possible. Opo-chano?
Taranamo sibu indasarans, krema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Well then, you've proven helpful enough so far. Let's see what you can do.
Loka kamaran endosoran no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
Your opinion was not asked for, Opo-chano. I'll have no further use for you today. You may go.
Taranamo sibu indasarans, krema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Greetings, Executive Lorso. How may I be of service?
Just plug into the mainframe and get to work.
Right away, Executive Lorso.
Now then, your payment. Here are the credits agreed upon, and a small bonus for performing the repairs as well. There is another task I would like you to perform for me. Do you doubt that I will uphold my part of our agreement? Don't. Now, on to business. You proved that you can handle yourself quite well in dealing with the retrieval of the droid intelligence. The next matter of business I would ask of you is much more delicate. When we first set up here on Citadel Station, the exchange was already quite well established. Lopax Slusk had more influence over business matters than the Telosian government. To ensure our success, we involved ourselves with the exchange. And now that we have a handle on the situation, we wish to unentangle ourselves from them. If you know anything about the exchange, then you know that they would not take this well. Slusk is loath to have his hands removed from any business on the station. So a more direct method will have to be taken. To put it plainly, I want you to kill Lopax Slusk. I realize it won't be an easy task, as Slusk keeps himself well protected. You would be well compensated for it. I have a feeling they won't just let you march into their offices. Luxa is Slusk's second. She spends little time in the exchange offices, though, preferring the cantina in the urban module. She might be able to set up an appointment. Good. I will be happy to continue our working relationship.
Okay, so we got 300 credits for that. So it was supposed to be 250. Sorry, it was 200 credits for the assignment. I recall her saying 200 for getting the droid. We convinced her to give us an extra 50 to do the repair, to reprogram the droid ourselves. And yet the crown total we got was 300. Interesting. Because again, I did in some mod that does up the amount of credits we do get, but clearly it's not by a lot. I am curious. Let's see what the mod actually says. Because I'm always curious about how interactions work. Now again, it's only credit. Now you might have noticed, folks, I'm getting fuck all credits from as loot. So the credit count is purely, it only ties to quests. So it makes it's to make quests actually feel like they're worth being done. So let's see here. Oh wow, F Xeon is set to release in yet another mod. He is quite active. Hold on. Let's see. Is he the most recent, or is he stopped? I know he makes okay. So there's not that many actually. That guy normally releases a fair amount. But yeah, he does a lot of clothing and what's it called? Alternate design outfits. But let's see here though. For looking for him, one of his we're not looking for one of his mods. Looking for there's his grass mod. And then there we go, there's one of his Ebon Hawk ones and loads of outfit ones. Oh wow, he did a reskin of the handmaiden clothes. This reskin of handmaiden's clothing, neutral, light, and dark, without mods. Our sisters will use the same texture, inspired by the crest from Lewick. Lewick asked me for something. Okay, that's sort of cool that they get. She has a dark side option. Would that include her mother's robes? It might be worth restarting the game to grab that. Doesn't just say, just says the handmaiden clothes. That's this one. Alright, back to what I was focusing on. Dear God. Where is the credit boost? Here we go, better credit rewards. So let's see here. I'm going to give you more credits as a reward, except for the amount that is specifically stated in dialogue. I also found credits. Okay, he doesn't actually even give you a specific amount. That is quite interesting. It just says gives you more credits as quest rewards. So I guess that's it. And then a whole bunch of mods from the aforementioned Xvion, where like he replaces the Ebon Hawk with a black and grey colour scheme, which actually looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Reskinned Crate and reskinned Handmaiden. Like, he does a lot of reskins as well, which is not bad. Like, if you've played the game multiple times, like sometimes you may want to just change the appearance of your favorite romance interest, like just a little bit. And I'm glad it's not too ridiculous type of mod that we would see on the screen. They're very like sort of tasteful reskins. Like giving handmade like different ethnicities, changing the outfit and stuff like that, as opposed to completely revamping the character. But I imagine you can do the revamped designs. Oh yeah, I was going to talk to her about Katana. Yeah, he does really good mods. I think I have some of them installed, but not a lot, because I didn't want to make too many drastic changes to the game.
I will arrange transport to one of the restoration zones on the planet's surface. You will be safe from the TSF there.
Dako siya ni Chotolo. Punta cha korso waman. Gotashjuna rananasha ni. Visitisa cholo.
For the services you have offered to Zerka, you will also be reimbursed. I trust that is an agreeable arrangement.
Dako siya ni Chotolo. Punta cha korso waman. Gotashjuna rananasha ni. Visitisa cholo.
I have just finalized a working agreement with these two gentlemen, Zerka's two newest contract employees. Be reasonable. I have given them a contract and my word that they will be safe from TSF persecution. Gentlemen, would you...
Dosokanki. Jiso marane.
Welcome back. Finally, he's eluded Zerka's best agents, and I'm glad to hear of your success. I see. Then all that remains is to finish this business. I could certainly use your assistance if you are offering it. You could bring Batono out of his apartment and lead him into a trap. And likely no one would suspect your involvement. Yes. Lead him into our little snare.
Yep, that's... Yeah, we're gonna wrap this video, folks, with us, capturing Batona. I feel like the quest line that I'm gonna do with the exchange deserves its own video. Yes, that's apartment A. So let's see. There he is.
You're back. All right, let's get going.
Right on schedule is the Jedi with Batono.
Right on schedule? I knew I shouldn't have trusted you.
You should have stayed in hiding, Batono.
So this is how it ends. When Zerka kills this planet again, you'll remember that.
Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Executive Lawso asked me to tell you that your payment is waiting with her. I think it'd probably be a good idea for us to...
They'll vanish. See, they don't even exist anymore. They can just walk through. Older games, like, they don't even finish walking through this door. Oh, there you go. Classic games. Okay, let's just collect our money.
Welcome back. I'm glad to hear of it. Don't worry. I'll be and of course, here is your payment. Welcome back.
Oh, that was the 200 credits she mentioned before. It wasn't for the droid, it was for Batona. Damn it. That's frustrating. Yup, I'm gonna kill this one.
Dosokanki. Tiso maranesh insando kapamolete. Marawala.
You know what happened to the last two guards who wouldn't let me in?
Dakosha
Yes,
ni
but I can't
chotola.
let you in. Because you're dead.
More where that came from.
No loot? No loot. Okay, so that's the end of this video, folks. And with that, I'm going to attempt to fix OBS. I'm hoping you guys were able to hear what I was saying throughout all this. If not, then...